Right guys, welcome back to Mayhem and Mirth RC and a new video. Right, it's Christmas time here and Santa's been round with his bulging sack and he's emptied out this. What a beast this thing is. The Hornet is a special car for me. It was my first hobby grade RC car back in 87, start of 87. I had a Hornet and I was just hooked from there on. I remember in 91 when I first started earning money and getting paid, I took my first paycheck and bought a Hornet kit then. Me and my mate Jim. Jim's probably watching this as well. He's a fan of the channel, but we both bought Hornets back in 91. And when the Riri Grasshopper came out in 2006, that was a bit of a resurgence, and I've always had a Hornet or a Grasshopper in the collection. Now there's plenty of build videos on this, but I'm going to go through it. I'm going to build it, get it ready, see how big a motor it can take, and see if we can get some speed out of it. But yeah, as I said, there's plenty of build videos already on YouTube for this, but I'm going to bring the camera back when I spot the notable differences. Tell you what guys, these tyres are awesome. It's got the classic buggy pinspike rear tyres and the ribbed front ones. These are just like iconic. They grip as well. They're pretty decent. They wear out pretty quick, but they look ace. It's proper classic Hornet stuff. Chassis looks pretty much the same. As we can see, it's got some different decals on it. Let's have a look at them. Yeah, a bit different, a bit flamey. It's got number 40 as well because it's the 40th anniversary Hornet. That's pretty neat. You'll notice that, well, you might not notice, but I've had the body out of this already, and it's all cut out, and I've painted it bright red. I'm just waiting for that to dry, which is going to take a while because it's freezing cold in the UK at the moment. But right, let's crack on and get it built. Tell you what, it's a fairly decent spec Hornet. It comes with CVA oil dampers front and rear and full Tamiya ball bearings. Check that out. You don't see that very often. Also included, there's it's a handy Hobby Wing 1060 there. I'm not going to use it in this, but it'll definitely come in for something. So yeah, pretty neat. So the rear gearbox is all built up, and this is a DTO3 gearbox. Slightly different arms, but it's a DTO3 gearbox, which is good news because it means that the 4S motor and setup's going to drop straight into this, and it's going to rip. Alright, so this is pretty cool. This is how a DTO3 gearbox is going to attach to what is a standard Hornet chassis. It says inside it 1984 Tamiya, so it's the original chassis. Now it's got these bits that poke out from the front of the gearbox, and we can see it, and then it hooks over there, and we have a DTO3 gearbox on the back of a Hornet. It's clever, but so simple. That's pretty cool though, pretty cool. I like that. Right, I got the front end set up, and yeah, this is a very different kind of Hornet. It's got a better steering system. I hope it works. It's all very tight in there, but it's all ball raced, which is pretty good. It's all turnbuckles as well, front to rear everywhere. And yeah, that's looking pretty decent. That is for a Hornet. If you're used to the Hornet front suspension, that's not a great setup. But this does feel good. Right then, let's get the shocks built. All right, the chassis is all built. The shocks are on. That's pretty much it, except for the electronics. The front end setup's pretty neat. It's a pretty fancy Hornet, that's for sure. If anything, it just feels like a short DTO3, and the DTO3 is badass, so this thing should be awesome as well. It feels really good. It is weird having a Hornet that feels as good as this. Right, so the next step, we'll get the motor in and get it wired up, and let's get it working. But yeah, it is really nice, really nice. You've got to get yourself one of these. Really nice things. Right, it's the following day. Had to wait for the body to dry off a bit so I could peel the stuff off and do a bit of a test fit. It goes on, it's the usual squeeze of wires, but I'm going to let this dry for another day before I make any more holes in it and screw the wing on. I don't think I'm going to fit the driver in there, but I'll get the spotlights on and get all the stickers on. So inside, managed to squeeze in a 4S brushless system. We've got the trusty 2500 kV motor out of the JLB Cheetah and the 120 amp ESC, I believe it is, that comes with it. And yeah, it kind of fits. It kind of fits. The battery doesn't fit great. Now, yeah, the battery doesn't fit great at all, but there is an extra mounting tab with this, which is kind of holding it in, but it ain't going to stay in. So I'm going to have a cable tie round all of that for when we give it a 4S run, unless I can find myself a smaller battery. But if we switch it on, oh, that's it, it's alive. Yeah, the steering is so much better than old Hornet. Let's check the power. Yeah, that's gonna go. That is gonna go. So right, in the next video we're going to take it out and give it a bit of a blast somewhere. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep checking back, and you'll catch the next video. And yeah, the Hornet Evo on 4S, this thing is going to rip, and we'll see you next time.